So if you'll remember, one of the headlights is broken on the Land Cruiser, and so I'm going to replace it today. And I've been looking on Amazon or all over the internet really for replacement headlights for an 80 series Land Cruiser. In the early 80 series, like the 91, 92, they have a unique headlight compared to the rest of the years of 80s series. And to find like a used Toyota one was like $250 or something, and in order to get like a replacement, stock looking but replacement, there's kind of a gamble on what the quality is like, and I was finding those for $130 for one on Amazon. So I decided to go with something that doesn't look stock, because I could get two for the same price and have them both match and both be new. And so that's what I have here. It's a different kind of a look, pretty modern looking, not the classic look. But when I showed it to my wife, she thought, well, it kind of looks like the FJ Cruisers. And so I thought, well, that's kind of cool, kind of modern like, or I guess sort of reminiscent of the old FJ40. So I decided I'd give it a shot. If it sucks, then it's only $130 for the both of them. So I'll save the other good looking, the stock looking one, and that way if this doesn't work out, I can go back to the stock look and just buy one other headlight. Anyway, let's get this installed on the Land Cruiser. Okay, so there's three main bolts for three or four of these main bolts that hold the headlight on to the frame. Two on the top here and some on the bottom. And but they seem to be integrated with the grill, so I'm going to take some screws off. I'm hoping that my new bumper doesn't get in the way of this whole thing, but we'll see. I might have to take some of this bottom section off here in order to get to the bolts on the bottom. Also, the side marker is screwed onto it here, so everything's kind of integrated. So we'll see how much of this I have to take apart to do this. So I figured out if you remove this light, then you can get at the bolt that's for the headlight down in here. So the bolt is right here. You can get an extension and use your ratchet out here. And then on this side, once this screws out, this is not really held in there other than by a little press in, I don't know what you call that, little nub, little nipple goes in there. Anyway, then that moves and you can get at that bolt right there for the headlight with an extension. Is that one? Oh, that's a broken bolt, or very short bolt. And that loosens it up. It's just a matter of finagling it out of there without breaking anything. There, got to clear that point on the fender. And then you got to unhook the headlight wires. Because they won't stretch any further. And then you can get it out. Okay, so after getting the old headlights off, put the new ones on and just plugged them in. Didn't bolt them on or anything, just plugged them in just to make sure they'd work. Tried the lights, blew mini fuses, and discovered that the wiring is all backwards on these things. There's a gray plug and a black plug, and the gray one is wired reverse polarity. So anytime I turn on the brights, which turns on both sets of lights, it would short out and blow the fuse. So I figured that out finally and switched the wires on the gray plug. You can take them out and put them in the other way, and now everything works fine. So take note. Okay, so just to show you again, there's a black one and a gray one. The gray one was reverse polarity. If you put the little locking clip up, you got the neutral on the ground wire on the right side, and you want the same thing on the gray one. You put the little locking clip up, and the ground should be on the right side. They were the other way. I had to switch them. You got to kind of pull those thingies out of there and switch the wires around, and then everything works fine. As for the other lights, the halos, I tied them into the parking light, if that's what you call that, with just splice connectors. And then there's a third light in the headlight here in the center there, and I just went ahead and tied that into that as well, so that when you turn the parking lights on, you get one light plus the halos, and then when you turn the headlights on all the way, you get this light, and when you turn the brights on, you get this light. And so eventually you get all three on, plus halos. Anyway, that's how I wired it. Okay, so now I'm gonna put everything back together. I just discovered that this tab here on the new headlight is different than the tab on the old headlight. So it looks like they made a short option and a long option, and on the 91 Land Cruiser you just need the short. This is where the grill right there connects into the headlight. So I think I just need to, hold on, I just need to cut off the long section, and then I gotta remove that little plug and stick it in that hole there to receive the screw. Also, there's a plug missing there. That's where that part of the grill screws into the headlight, and so in the old one you got to take that plug out and put it in there. So you got to cut this part of the tab off. Okay. And then to pull these plugs out, you just got to squeeze the tabs on the back side. So they'll push through. It's not real easy. There, got that one. That one goes in the top of the light. And then there's one here. That pushes out the lead here. And that one goes in this corner here. pushes in. Now we can line everything up. Dropped a screw. I found the screw. Okay, let's test the lights. So that's the parking lights. That's the headlights. And that's the brights. Well, the installation went pretty good. It took a lot longer than I thought, but that's because I was trying to figure out all that wiring and blowing fuses and all that kind of stuff. Once I figured that out, it went pretty well after that. And they definitely look very modern and new on an old vehicle with rust and a terrible paint job. So they don't blend very well right now, but I'm hoping, you know, we're still in the beginning here and things are developing, so once we get our paint job, and I think it's going to start looking a lot nicer and those headlights will blend in a little better. Thanks for watching.